Hi, welcome. Debz Cooper, Global Stressologist here to, I've got this one right, for you to join me. Thank you. We are here to discuss how to beat procrastination. It's a goodie. As I've had an interesting morning because we'll talk about that one. So how to beat procrastination. I would love you to let me know if you are here live on the call. If you are here watching a replay and where you are in the world, because I really love knowing where you are in the world. So first things first, let's talk about how to beat procrastination. As I procrastinate getting into this topic. Number one, you are human. You must acknowledge that you are human on this planet, having a human experience, whatever you want to call it, but you are human here. And everyone has a level of procrastination. Let's do a little bit of a zoom thing there. Everyone has a level of procrastination, so be aware of that. And step one, knowing that and acknowledging that, allows things to, as my cousin would say, calm your farm. So once we acknowledge and are aware we have procrastination, that shifts a little bit within us. But there's 4 types of people who have a procrastination. And there's the ones who go, plenty of time. There's plenty of time to do this. Yeah, I can absolutely leave this to the very last minute. There's plenty of time to study. There's plenty of time to get this into somebody. There's plenty of time. There's plenty of time. And these are those ones. Last minute. Then there is the perfectionist. And I'm sure you're giggling as I say these ones. The perfectionist is somebody who doesn't want to fail. It has to be 100% perfect plus 1 more percent. It has to be absolutely perfect in all areas, all angles. That's why I'm going to procrastinate, because it's just not perfect. This person hasn't done this task. This person, I haven't given this. I don't like the way I look on camera, blah, 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 blah. They don't want to fail. Then there is the fun one. I just want to have fun. I just want to celebrate life. I just want to go out there and have an amazing time. This is too heavy for me. Whatever you're asking me to do is too heavy. I just don't want to do it. Nah, it's not in my nature. It's going to bog me down physically, mentally. Don't want to do it. Then now, are you starting to see little types come up within you? Then there's the other one, and the other one is someone who is a little bit nervous. I'm going to say the word anxious, actually. Someone who's a little bit on edge, and someone who's like, I think I'm going to get this wrong. And this is not a perfectionist. I think I'm going to get this wrong. I don't know if I've got this right. Is this how it has to be done? And they're just a little bit, I'm going to say on edge. They're a little bit on edge about getting it done. So it's much easier to just be that person than actually get the task done. So there's the 4 types of people. And I bet you're laughing going, that's me. That's absolutely me. How many people actually went, that's me twice? The plenty of time, the perfectionist, the fun, and the anxiousness one. Because I have all 4. Absolutely, I have all 4, and so do you. There'll be moments when you jump into all of these types and moments when you won't. So it's great to own it, see it. Once you own it and see it as it is, there is that little shift down within you. So go, yeah, I do leave things to the last minute, plenty of time. Yeah, there are that. There is the ones that I want everything to be 100% plus another 1%. There is the times it just seems too heavy to do. There is the ones where it just feels, I don't know if I'm going to get this right, a little bit of niggle in there. So remember these types and own it. Just go, that's me. That's me. I definitely do that. And if you can see that, then there's going to be a smile within your sphere of awareness to go, yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I do that. So fully own it. Once you own it, there's a little calm in your farm already going down. Also knowing, I said you're human. Don't compare yourself to someone else who procrastinates or someone else who gets stuff done or whatever you want to label them. Stop comparing yourself to others. They are on their journey doing their thing. You are on your journey doing your thing. So stop comparing yourself to anyone else, anyone, because all it's going to do is take you down the levels. So our past stories, mine, yours, your neighbors, your friends, your children, all our past stories play a large part in our reasoning behind we procrastinate. It is those past stories that can immobilize us or push us forward. So being aware of that when we look at do not comparing yourself, that has got to be pretty big in your mind to go, actually, you're right. So-and-so's had this past story. That's why they're that type of person. I've had this. That's why I'm this type of person. Being aware of those past stories is gold for you. Now, the other thing I'm going to say that plays a large part is overwhelm. Overwhelm plays a large role because we go into overwhelm and our mind escalates. And when we go into that state, and shite doesn't get done, you know what I'm talking about, procrastination, whatever you want to label it, shite doesn't get done. But when you actually do the task, it's not as heavy as what you thought. It actually stays heavier the longer in your brain it is. I guarantee it won't be as heavy once you've got it done or even doing it. Well, I'm clearly going to give you some tips on how to step past that procrastination. But this is just an unpacking of why you've got to that procrastination stage. So I guarantee it's not as heavy as what you think it is, because the longer it stays here, the heavier it is. You must be aware of shame and guilt. And when I say shame and guilt, I'm talking about shame and guilt of procrastinating. If you're sitting in the, oh, I need to do this, I've got to do this, I ought to do this, I have to do this, I've got this time frame, that is the heavy stuff. That is the heavy stuff that just weighs so much in your brain that it doesn't get done. And I trust that you're getting this. I trust that you're understanding this. Give this a heck, yeah, absolutely. Let us know. Oh, yeah, Aaron. 2 all the way. A bit of that. Yeah, I'm 1, 2, 3, and 4. So let us know what this actually is, because I have to let you know, when I wrote my topics this morning, I actually wrote my topics when I wrote my notes for this topic. I did it this morning. Now, that was procrastination at the finest. I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Now, why am I not getting this done? And I realized this topic wasn't my topic. Someone suggested this topic, and I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. But I didn't know it was actually really important. And then I started thinking bigger. They shared some stuff with me, and I went, oh, absolutely. Procrastination is absolutely the one I'm doing this week. So be aware, we all have it. And there was no shame and guilt for me to write my notes this morning, write my little bullet points, because it just is what it is. So be aware of that stuff. Like I said, we're all human. We're all doing this. So let me give you some tips. Let me take a mouthful of my procrastinate. Let me give you some tips after I've had a mouthful of my fresh water from New Zealand, while you think about how much of a procrastinator you really are. So here's some top tips. Is it important? Importance plays a large role, because there's my importance, there's your importance, there's the neighbor's importance, the person who pays your wages important, there's the family member who's important, the children who's important, the teachers, whatever it is. Is this important to you, or is this important to others? Because if this is important to others, there's going to be a shift already in what is going on for you, more than if it's important to you. So have a look, is it important to you, or is it important to others? Once you get to that point, you want to be putting your hand up. And your hand is up to say, help. I require help. And this help is actually, is it a person? Is it for you to study more? What does this help actually look like? So we want to look at, do we need someone else to help us? Because if we need someone else to help us, we really have to look at the bigger picture here, because we're going to go into deadlines next. And if they are your deadlines or others, and you're working for other people's deadlines, there's already a little glitch going on, because when you work for other deadlines, they may not be achievable to you and what's happening in your world. So after we've discovered is it's important to you or somebody else, we're looking at the deadlines. And deadlines can be completely overwhelming. So when I say that, I listed a whole heap of clothes recently on a website to sell, and it was suggested to me to only list 3. Now, I've got probably 50 to 60 items of clothing I'm selling, and I'm like, 3 a day, 3 a week? What are you talking about? I've got a heap that has to be sold. And it was like, well, just make sure that you just put them up and you can manage them. And I'm like, of course I can manage them. Well, you know what's going to happen, because I was like, of course I can manage as many as I want. And I put up 15 straight away. Yep, fabulous, 15 straight away. Maybe 30 inquiries. And people asking me a million questions. Can you measure from this to this? Can you measure from this to this? What's this? What's this? And I was like, oh my gosh. And it was incredibly frustrating and overwhelming. So when you're looking at the deadlines for anything you're procrastinating on, I've procrastinated for nearly a year of these clothes, just for the record. Be aware that your time frames or your deadlines or whatever are reasonable. What you're looking to achieve are reasonable. Because what's going to happen if they're not reasonable? Down the path they're going to go. So the other thing is time, how long it's going to take with these deadlines, and getting the action on it. So it's wise to allow more time to get things done, because if you get them done in a less amount of time, you've achieved way quicker, and there's a little mindset release. But if you say this is going to take me 30 minutes and it takes you 4 hours to get done, there's clearly going to be a problem all the way down the pecking order of that day of your tasks that are going to be doing. So ensure that you have your deadlines are reasonable and you have enough time and action to do them. And then you're going to put them in your diary and you're going to prioritize it. Get it in, lock it in. That's the date it's going to get done. However, if something more important comes into play, you must move it to another reasonable time frame. Don't just go, I can't do this or I can't do that because of that. It must still get done, because we don't want to be procrastinating and putting it off. And the biggest tip, the biggest golden nugget I'm going to give you here, and this is a massive golden nugget, so I trust you've got some pen and paper, because, and you haven't been writing already, is link. L-I-N-K. Link, link, link. And when I talk about link, anything, any task, any issue, anything you don't want to do, if you don't want to talk to someone, if you don't want to go to someone's house for Christmas, if you don't want to return a phone call, if you don't want to whatever, exercise, whatever, clean the house, anything. This is the golden nugget for you. So you're going to ask yourself, how is doing important to dit. So if we were to say, how is doing exercise, let's say, how is exercise important to my mental health? Simple, pretty simple. How is exercise important to my mental health? And you may go, oh, I don't know. So how is exercise important to my mental health? You start listing. So if I was to say, how is exercise important to my mental health? I would say things like, it shuts my brain noise down. It shuts my brain noise down, so I have to concentrate. Now that's a great one, because that's shutting that whirlwind that goes on there. So I have to concentrate. I can feel tired in my body and feel a little bit heavy after exercising, but I can also feel invigorated. So it gives me a little bit of shoulders back moment. I know I've achieved something for the day that's healthy for my body and my mind. So can you see these little tips on how is doing exercise important to my mental health? It's something that I can talk to with somebody else. You don't know who that's going to be, somebody else. It reminds me that any form of exercise is better than no form of exercise. So as we know, I'm lapping if I'm walking around the block, I'm lapping those who are laying on the couch. It strengthens my body, and I know I'm going to see the results and feel the results and get the results. So these are just a few things that I was thinking about, and this is just from how is exercise important to my mental health. So how is doing the task? That's the first and the last one is what's important to you. So maybe mental health is what's important. So how is doing exercise important to my mental health? How is cleaning the house important to my family? How is cleaning the house important to my mental health? How is cleaning the house important to my finances? How is any of those things? So the answers will come to you when you get pen and paper and you get really, truly present with that pen and paper. And remember, you are human. Remember, you are human. So do not compare yourself to anyone out there. This is your experience, your life. And these are my tips on how to beat procrastination. So I would love to know what tips you loved, what ones you're going to take control of. I would suggest doing them all, but if you're just going to take one, who you are, what procrastinator are you in this level, and anything else you want to bang in the comments, let me know. So I thank you for joining me today. I appreciate you coming. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And procrastination, let's get that out of the way, and we are going to beat procrastination once and for all. Thank you, everybody. I will see you next time. Bye.